tend to like celebrate it. When a terrorist dies, nothing happens. These are the two things that we need to look at. Are we looking for the money, or we're looking for the continuity of the country and of the Nigeria as a nation? Those are the things that I think is very important for us. Modern warfare, yes, we don't produce what we need. Most times, even when we get those things, we have to take them and use them to our own peculiarity, and we're doing the best we can. It has also enabled us to be able to develop some level of expertise on handling all these things. But because we don't produce them, we rely on buying from nations. You don't get them off the shelf. Even with your money, sometimes it's difficult buying those items. But we are doing the best we can to get it. With what we have now, what we are achieving, I think it's almost a miracle we're doing. That I can guarantee you. But again, the president has approved last year signing the DICOM bill. Now what we're doing with DICOM is we're inviting original equipment manufacturers to come to Nigeria and let us produce. Now, if we produce in Nigeria, we'll have the weapons we require, we'll save our foreign exchange, we'll be able to employ our own youths, and besides that, we will be able to sell to our countries, our neighboring countries, some of these things. Because even if they have diplomatic issues, militarily, we're all working with all our neighbors because we know the danger. The enemy you are fighting does not respect human, does not respect border. He attacks anybody. So if we don't come together to fight, to prevent it, they can attack Nigeria or attack Niger or Chad. So we're still working together. That I can assure you, we're doing that.
From these officers who have been injured, not one of them has given us any reason to despair, to think that the fight against insurgency is not worthwhile for our dear country. I really wish to, on behalf of all Nigerians, really thank our men and women, or gallant men and women in uniform and other security agencies for the work that they do. And this leads me to the point that I always make, that for my colleagues in the media, it is very important that you note what these people are doing. It is essential that you take side with them because they are doing so much and sacrificing their lives, losing part of their physical bodies so that you and I can sit and even have this meeting ongoing. It is, for me personally, not encouraging when I see, and I always say it, when I see the Nigerian media prioritizing the news of these terrorists and criminal elements over and above what our men and women in uniform are doing. They are working for Nigeria. They are fighting for you. You cannot side with the enemy. It is important that all of us recognize that they are working, sacrificing their lives so that all of us can have a peaceful, united, and prosperous Nigeria. It is not useful when our front pages, we are ceding our front pages to these criminal elements. Let's take them off our screens. Let's take them off our front pages. Let's remove them from the headlines of our radio stations. They don't deserve it. They should be treated. They should be treated for what they are. They are the enemies of this country, and we must treat them as such.
The leadership of the armed forces have been both strategic and pragmatic, demonstrating clarity of vision and firm resolve. On my part, as the Honorable Minister of Defense, I always strive to ensure that our troops remain inspired, fully equipped, and mission-focused. You will agree with me that we are yet to be where we should be, but with the commitment of the CDS service chiefs and our gallant troops, we will soon be there. We recognize the enormity of the task between us. However, it would be equally unjust to acknowledge the progress that has been, and not to acknowledge the progress that has been made. Despite negative narratives in some quarters, there is tangible evidence that we are turning the tide against the insurgents, the bandits, and other criminal elements. Progress may not be fast, but it is undoubtedly incremental and real, but we must sustain the momentum.